Hey guys, it's Maymay and welcome to another Stampin' Saturday. And I have to tell you, I've been playing with this stamp set and it has stolen my heart so many different ways. Today, we're going to make a card that looks like this, and I'm going to show you how I achieved this look using the stamp set called Relic. I'll link a product list below so you can get all the supplies that I'm going to use. But look at this. That is using that texture set, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And this was another idea. This is where I started before I kind of changed my mind. But I still think this can go places too. So that's another idea you might see in another video. But today, we're going to make the one I showed you first. All right, I'm using a bunch of Memento inks. Let me bring them over here and show you because I love these little dudes. I'm going to be using Sweet Plum, Pistachio, Cantaloupe, Bamboo Leaves, and Angel Pink. I just think these are adorable. And I'm going to start with the lighter green, which is the pistachio. It's the lighter color. And this is a piece of white 110-pound Nina. I just think it's really pretty and rich, so I'm going to be using that. Now, I went to that stamp set and I pulled out what's first, this wood grain or zebra, or someone even said it looks like bacon. How funny is that? I think you could go with that. And I'm going to ink up just about the bottom third of this, and on this white paper I'm going to stamp it on and off the edge like that. Then I'm going to twist it around and use the other part, the other end, the opposite end, and I'm going to do it a little slightly different as far as lower than the first one. And see how it's starting to look like a grassy hill? Let me zoom you in. So see how that's starting to look like grass? And now I'm going to flip it again. I'm just going to keep flipping it every time, and when I ink it up, I'm going to angle it in a different direction. So here I'm going to go a little straighter up and a little higher than the last one. See that? So it looks like grass. Again, ink it up, angled a little bit lower. So cool. And the other end, I'm just going to keep doing it all the way down the card. This was so like an accident that I figured this out. I was like, would this work? It's totally working, and I think it is super cute. Now, I just realized I've used a darker color green here than I did on the first card, but I still think it's going to work, and we're going to keep going with it and just see if it does. I'm not going to stress about the color. We're just going to go from there. So there is our grass, so I'm through with that one. Then I took from the stamp set this little bitty circle of dots. And I'm going to show you on the stamp set which one it is. It's this one. It's like the little circle, little dots that look like nothing, right? They look like nothing. I'm going to take this color, which is cantaloupe, this little yellow dewdrop right here, and I'm going to tap the stamp into it, and then I'm going to put it half on and half off the grass. See how I did that? Just kind of up and off of the grass, here and there, up and down. Now you can also kind of second generation this guy by stamping once and then maybe coming in where you didn't stamp him and do it again, and that just makes it look like a fuller grassy wildflower field, which I think is so pretty. So I'm going to start with the yellow, and then I'm going to pick up the purple. Now I have been cleaning my stamp off in between each color. I just take a little wet wipe and just kind of clean that color off a little bit. So I'm going to go into the purple now and do the same thing I just did, and I really like the second generation with the purple. So I stamp it down once and then again. You can hardly see the second one, but I really like it. And then anywhere you see a spot, just to fill in. And I'd like to get all that ink off I can on there. Clean that one. And now the pink. Now your flowers can be any color. And to be honest with you, we're having a really warm day here in Alabama. It's literally 82 degrees today, so I'm really feeling the spring situation. So I guess that's where this card came from. But you could use any old colors. Now let's add some of this really pale pink to the mix, just as kind of a filler color. I think it's really pretty. So just some tiny little pink. Now before I'm through with the pink, I'm going to go ahead and use another color as well. Another one of the stamps as well. And I'm going to use this guy right here. I'm doing this in the camera kind of backwards. I'm going to use this guy. And I'm going to use that same light pink. So I'm going to dab my stamp in that light pink and give myself some bigger flowers here and there too. And of course you could use any of the colors for this. I'm even going to run some up the side a little bit so they look a little taller. I think that is so pretty and dainty and so easy to do. really just dot, dot, dot. Now the last thing I did on mine, and this is kind of an optional situation, but I thought it was really kind of cool. So if you look on the stamp set, we have this one that someone said looks like frayed burlap. That's a perfect way to look at it. I said it was like frayed fabric or what have you. I'm going to use this top portion of the stamp right there, and I'm going to go into that other green that I didn't use. That would be the bamboo that I didn't use. So just on my ink pad, I'm just going to tap those into that ink just like that, kind of selectively stamping. And then here and there, I'm going to add some darker green and longer pieces of grass, just here and there. See, it's just another element in the whole process here. I just think it's kind of pretty. And then I'm going to come down below and make sure I put some underneath as well, like in the bottom of the grass as well, just to smear, just to get that color everywhere. So that's just a little extra step. I think it is so cute. I couldn't believe how this came together. I was like, are you kidding me? Now there are so many things we can do with this. Can you imagine if you taped off or masked off a section of your card, and then you did this kind of technique on both sides of that section and then peeled that off? If you want to see that video, let me know and we'll do it. And also, if you had a circle die cut that you put your sentiment in and you did this around it, oh, so many things we can do. All right, then I took the sentiment from that stamp set, and this is the bigger one that says friends don't grow apart when they are rooted in our hearts. And I'm using my big Memento ink pad. I'm going to ink that up. It's a little off screen, but you'll see it when I stamp it here. And then I stamped it in this area, just like so. Pretty. And then one more stamp, and I'll show you where it comes from too. This stamp set is called Define Emotions, and I used the butterfly from it, which I adore. And I'm going to do it in the purple. I think the dark purple is really pretty. So this color is Sweet Plum. I'm going to ink up this little guy really well. And then I put him right at the top here. Press him down, let that ink transfer. Look how cute. How cute, how easy, right? Now let's put this on a card base. So for the card base, I've cut a matte piece for our stamped image. I think this purple is really pretty to put this together like this. Look how springy. Can you tell that I feel like spring has sprung even though it's just January? So that is just a tiny little purple matte. We'll adhere that in just a second. And this is going to be our card base, this pretty green, but I need to score it. So in my scoreboard, this is an A2 size card. I'm going to score it at 5.5. Fold that over. Tuck that into that corner to help me get it nice and straight. And then I'm going to use my bone folder to crease it down. Now let's assemble the card. I'm putting some glue onto the back of our stamped piece. Then I'm going to glue that straight down to that first mat we did. And there's only going to be about 1/8 of an inch of that purple showing, just a really dainty edge of the purple. How pretty. And then I'm going to glue this straight down to the green. So there's just a little dainty edge of green and purple showing. Isn't that pretty? I love this. Now let's do something pretty for the inside. Now for the inside of the card, I decided to go back to this pretty pale pink. And I'm going to use this frayed burlap stamp here. And I'm going to stamp this down kind of where I want my sentiment to be in one spot. And it's so, so pale. You can barely see it, but I really like it. And then I'm going to do it one more time beside it, but kind of at an angle. And I think I'm going to switch so I get a different end on there. Just to put a little pink, a little interest back there. And then for my all occasion stamp set, I have this sentiment that says missing you. And I think it works perfect with that front sentiment. And so right on top of that pink, I'm going to stamp missing you. That is so pretty to me. I'm going to bring that up so you can see that. It's very hard for you to see, but see how nice? Just to put a little color behind it. I'm telling you, that Relic stamp set is going to be one you use on every card. You're never going to put it down. All right, let's glue this guy into place. Just going to glue this on the inside just like so. And there you go, a really pretty card to let someone know you're thinking of them or you miss them. So you know this card needs glittered. So I'm going to take a clear wink of Stella and I'm just going to color the little wings on this little butterfly. He just needed some glitter, definitely. Get that in there and get a little shimmer. And maybe a little here on his little body too, just for some shimmer. I think it'll be cute there in the top. Super cool. So hard to see on camera. Oh, there was a little shimmer. You could almost see it. Oh, I love Wink Stella, but they're very hard to see on camera. There you go, guys. We made a flower card without a single flower stamp. Isn't that cool? I just love this. I think this stamp set will do everything. I'm surprised by all the things I keep finding to do with it, but I think it will do everything. And I'm pretty tempted to make bacon out of this. That was very funny when I saw that comment. Loved it. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching today, and I will talk to you again real soon. And as soon as the weather changes, we probably won't see spring cards again. We'll be back to winter stuff soon. Thanks so much for watching today. Hey, if you have this stamp set and you're making things to inspire us with, share it with us over on our Facebook group called Maymay Made It, and so did I. We love to see your creations, and we love to be inspired by you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.